Hey, what's going on, guys? It's CoJoMo here, back in another video. Today I'm going to give you an in-depth guide to the best settings that you can be using inside of Counter-Strike 2. Today I'm going to teach you what pros are using and most of the community are using in order to become the best players possible. Settings can hold you back, and if you're using the right settings, they might make you a much better player. But before we get into that, I do have a message from the sponsor of today's video. SkinSwap is the sponsor of today's video. They are also kind enough to sponsor you with a free bonus by clicking on the link in the description. SkinSwap is the ultimate place for Counter-Strike 2 and Rust skins, with a massive trading inventory in a top tier marketplace offering the most competitive rates out there. The best part is that you can earn an insane 40% deposit bonus when you use the link in the description. Combine that with the top of the line selling feature, including multiple different cash out methods, and their trading feature, which takes under a minute, and there is absolutely no reason to not sign up with the link in the description. Alright, thank you so much for listening to that message. Shout out to SkinSwap, they're amazing. Let's go ahead and look at our settings here though. The first thing we're going to do is go over here to the video settings. Now I actually did make a guide on how, the best video settings to have, so I'm just going to speed run through this real quick, and you should just check out that video if you're curious about that. But the aspect ratio and resolution I would recommend using if you're new to this game is 16:9, 1920 by 1080. This is called native. Now if you don't want to play on native and you want 4:3 stretched, and like I said, I talk about the advantages of that in my video, I would go ahead and use 1280 by 960. So one of those two are my favorites. For me, I play on 1280 by 960. Make sure you are in full screen, never played it in anything else. Brightness, make sure it's like 110, 120-ish, between there, I'd say. For me, 110 is great. Scenery doesn't matter. You can choose your favorite. We can choose Mirage. That's fine. And then your refresh rate, for the most part, you want to have the highest possible. But for me, since I don't get above 360 FPS in game, it kind of becomes choppy and stuff. So I've dropped it down to 240. But for the most part, just play out the highest resolution possible. And then make sure this is disabled. And let's go ahead and hop over to advanced video settings. Now guys, again, I've done a video on this already, so what I want you to do instead is pause the video here and look at the settings that I have, and I would flip them on. If not, go ahead and watch my video settings guide, and you're going to learn exactly why you should have each of these settings flipped on or off, or what value they're on. But go ahead and pause the video. All right, let's go on ahead and move on to audio. Now for your master volume, obviously this just comes down to what you prefer. When I'm playing, I usually have it at about 68 to 71. That's great for me. But when I'm recording videos, obviously I just drop it down. Make sure you have your right device set up. That's going to matter a lot. And your EQ profile, I would recommend playing on crisp. And a lot of my teammates and other pros either play on 10% for this or 100%. For me, I find 0 is fine. I hear everything, it's great, but you can mess around with this and see what works best for you. Different pros are playing on different for the LR isolation, so it's just up to you. For me, I have no for the perspective correction. Make sure this is just press to use mic for enable voice. The VoIP volume, it doesn't matter. You can play with that. Who cares? I just have it on 28%. Streamline push to talk, make sure that's on no. I don't think it really matters though. A lot of this stuff in audio does not matter. And then play audio when game is background. I'd recommend that on no because it gets really annoying if you don't. Now let's go ahead and talk about music because this is actually really important. So main menu music, you can flip that on. I just don't, so I don't get copyright on YouTube. For round start, I'd have it on 0. Round action volume 0. Again, round end volume, honestly you could put that on 0. I just have it at 5. Now MVP volume, if you want to go super try hard, I would put it on 0, but I actually like hearing the music kits, right? I use it in competitive play and my tournaments and stuff. I like listening to music kits, so I actually have it on 40. Bomb and hostage volume, you can flip that on 0 if you want, but I have it on 20, so it just alerts me to that. But honestly, now that I'm in here, I might just flip that down to 10. Now 10-second warning music I think is very important, so I have that on 25%. It tells me exactly when there's 10 seconds left to defuse the bomb, so I think it's very important. And death cam volume music, or death camera volume, just flip down 0, make sure there's none. So then mute MVP music when players that's a good setting to have on. I don't play with it because I don't care, but if you're super try hard and you want the best settings, I would play on no. But for all of this music and stuff, guys, if you're just a casual player, go ahead and flip it on, enjoy the game, enjoy the music, and you'll be fine. But let's go ahead and switch over here to the game now. There's a lot of stuff going on inside a game. So let's talk about max acceptable matchmaking ping. You could flip this on to whatever makes sense for you. Like for me, we can see I get really good ping to these servers. So say I want to play on only US servers, then I'm going to make sure mine is like above 52, but nothing else, right? So that I don't get in EU games because I'm in NA, which I think that's really cool. Just make sure you can play within your region and you'll be set. And if you're playing with people outside your region, you're gonna have to flip this farther up. Make sure for your enabled developer console, this is on yes. For the rest of these, I don't really know. Just copy what I have. This is going to allow you to open up your console and do things like C_, crosshair, color, right? Sorry, I can't spell. Just it opens up this menu, and you can watch my other guides to learn what crosshairs you should be using and other settings, but it's very helpful. Every player needs to have that on. For your HUD, again, just matters depending on what you personally like. This for me, this is my HUD setting, so go ahead and look at that if you want to copy them. Doesn't really matter too much. It's all preference. Now for this, I have show location equipment for show team positions in HUD. I like the colors. I don't like the letters. In my opinion, I just like the colors. Make sure you have the player colors on team ID. It makes it a lot more helpful, and you can see who is who without having to actually look at your mini map. This doesn't really matter. Friends need invites, whatever you guys want. It really does not matter much. For player pings, you can actually do this display without sound if people are pinging and being annoying, but I think it's fine, and I just have the sound so that I know, like, it alerts me right away. Mute enemy team, put that on no. Mute all but friends, no. If you're getting harassed online, then flip those on yes, and you won't get harassed anymore. Text filtering, you can make it so bad words don't show up. You can put that on if you want. And I would put animated avatars off just so it's not distracting for you. And then hide avatar images. Some people actually hide it. I keep them on. It doesn't matter to me. And clean player names, I don't care. I just play with whatever. But if you're a streamer, I would actually put these so that you hide it and that it doesn't show that it cleans the name up so that you don't get banned on Twitch. This stuff does not matter. It really does not matter. Don't worry about that. Now for your graffiti menu, put this on yes. Now these settings are so important. Delay sniper rifle on scope after shot, put that on no. And then this auto resume, make sure that is on yes. That is very important. And for me, I don't want to ever detach my silencer, so I have this disabled, but you could keep it on. It's not that big of a deal. And then your view model position, just put that on whatever, because if you change your view model, it doesn't matter. But just keep it on desktop if you want the standard one. Show inventory, yes. Make sure that's on. Buy menu with keys, yes. And then these don't matter. Does not matter. And yeah, and that radar and tablet, we're gonna skip that because that literally doesn't matter either. So going on to Crosshair here, I actually made a Crosshair guide. I want you guys to check that out. Don't worry about this, but these are all my settings. But this is how you share and import your Crosshair in here, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, lastly, let's go ahead and move on to keyboard and mouse, one of the most important sections. So make sure reverse mouse is off. We don't care about that. It does not matter. Duck mode, make sure that's on hold. We don't want to toggle. Walk mode on hold, and then zoom, repeat, enabled. Those settings are very important. Make sure they're just default like that. Now, for sensitivity is very important in this game, but it all depends on your personal preference. And also you got to keep in mind you have to multiply your in-game sensitivity by your DPI on your mouse. So for me, I'm on 2.0. My mouse is 400 DPI, meaning I have an eDPI of 800. Now, I would almost always recommend your zoom sensitivity multiplier is on 1. Now, I do know there's some pros and there's a lot of players out there that play with this changed, but trust me, if you're a new player and you're trying to build consistency, keep this on 1. Essentially, it's just going to change how fast your sniper scope is and your AUG and SG scope is, but don't mess with that. It's just going to get in your head. Now for the rest, these are key bindings, right? It all literally comes down to personal preference. I'll just quickly zoom through here and show you guys what I use. Pause the video, feel free to, but at the end of the day, again, this is just all comes down to what you prefer, and even mine are a little weird, like cap lock for walk, duck with shift. Jumping with mouse wheel down is very important in my opinion. I think most people should do that, but again, you don't have to. It's personal preference. The rest of my stuff is pretty normal, but yeah, you can just look through here and pause if you're curious about anything. Make sure you have your nades bound to a certain button. It doesn't matter what, make sure they're bound. Do not scroll wheel to all your guns and nades. That's so bad. Make sure you actually have those bound to specific slots. But yeah, other than that, guys, I don't really have anything crazy. There's no secret to these. Just find the key bindings that are going to work for you, and that's going to be the best. But if you guys want to help me out so much, hit that subscribe button. It means so much. I post daily tips and tricks on this channel to make sure you are the best player possible in this game. I want you all to grow with me, and you can keep supporting me by subscribing and liking these videos. So appreciate all of you. You all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching this video. Peace out.